Hi friends! So this is what I'm casting today. It's the latest version of the Modular Flask design. It's two sides of version 6.7. It's the latest version with the fingers and the almost no ribs. I'm also going to cast them with feeders. One of these sides is quite long, as I wanted to seriously test the design in terms of that annoying large bend I was getting in earlier versions. The inside length of the longest side is 400mm, so that's nearly 500mm in total, including the wings. Now this is too big for any of my current wooden flasks, so I've got to make a new one, which I'm doing here. I took a 3 metre bit of scrap wood left over from doing up the house and just split it straight down the middle to make it thinner. And then from those two long thin planks I cut the 8 sides I need to make the new wooden flask. The inside dimensions of this flask are pretty big. It's about 550mm by 350mm. And the total height, that's with the cope and drag together, is 160. Now I nearly ran out of metal on my last big pour, and this one will be even bigger. So I've got myself a new crucible, and it's awesome. It's A8 sized, and I think it's perfect. At about 1.7 litres or so, it's more than big enough. But because it's a new crucible size that I've never used before, I'll also have to make a new shank in order to pour it. So it's going to be a very busy day. That's pretty good. Oh, what's the time? Oh, it's 2:30. I'm going to go through all my sand. I don't want to rush this casting because there's a lot riding on it. Mainly my enthusiasm. Or lack of, if I screw it up. It's going to take a lot of sand this, so I'm going to go through a lot of my sand and sort it all out, then I'll think about casting. I went through all my sand, going through it all and moistening and mixing it really well. It's time. I've got my new flask. I've just been through all my sand, that's like 3 tubs worth, and kind of tried to average it out. I got so confused by the end of it, I didn't know what was going on. So yeah, let's try it out. So these patterns are brand new, so they're going to need a lot of parting powder on. And I'm also trying Perry's gate thing. So lots of firsts for this one. Let's make up the mould. Well, this is very exciting. So I'm using Perry's spin trap on this casting. I thought it was about time I printed my runners and gates, and he's had great success with his. My version is very similar to Perry's, but not identical. I did try to copy Perry's as best I could, but mine is a bit longer and I've got some very wide flat gates. I've also split the runner from near the sprue into separate parts that join with pins, so I can put small extension pieces in. There we go. So that's going to be the gate. So I can use this gate system on small castings, but also extend it on a long casting like this one, so that the sprue and pouring basin can be near the edge of the flask for easy pouring. I'm hoping that having the runners and gates ready made like this will save me some time as well as improving the casting, I hope. So I put both patterns and the drag side of the gates on the bench and then fill up the drag around it. Now I just need to scoop out the wings to reveal their parting lines, to enable the patterns to be removed later. I think I should repowder. I'll do it again in a minute, but just in case I forget, I'll just put a little bit on now. And then I put the Perry's little spin trap doodad on. And the sprue, check out that. How cool is that? I put a little pin on the sprue. Oh, I guess I should put the cope on. There we go. Now the sprue. There we go. Okay. Okay, we've got nuts in the top. I'm just going to coat them. I've done no prep on these, they're just straight off the printer. that's quite firm. Now why is that? Maybe too much powder. I've liberally applied parting powder. That's got to be enough. Right, now I've just got to do it. Now I've purposefully overused the parting powder here. These 3D printed patterns are never the best on the first go. Once you've used them a few times, you can use way less parting powder. Now time to fill up the cope. My flask is nearly too big for my strike tool. This is a beast. Okay, spin this round. That's better. I cut the pouring basin. Okay, here goes. This is very heavy. Oh God. Here he goes. Come on. You can do this. The flask is a bit sticky. Oops, coming up. Feeders are going with it. Yeah. Okay, well we've got a pattern. That's not good. Oh, we've also got the gate come up with the sprue. Okay, right, well we'll have to just deal with it. I think that's the tight feeder that did that. Okay, so how on earth am I going to do this? Okay, in the end I work out that the sensible thing to do here is just put the flask back together again and then remove the feeders and sprue before lifting the cope. Let's hope they come out. Get rid of the sand in my nut covers. Let's take this one out. Come on. Ooh, nice. I'll show you that in a sec. That came out nicely. Now this one, I think this one was looser. Yeah. Whoop. Nice. Okay, well they came out nicely. Very cool. Right, I'm going to show you that. There we go. So can you see? That's the pattern there. At the bottom, there are little white dots. Cool. Okay, now, I don't know whether the pattern, hopefully the pattern will stay in this time. I actually have no idea if it will or not. I wonder, no I don't want to be, no I'm not going to get all smart ass. I'm going to slide this down and try and pick it up again. Do what I did last time. Nice. Those two gates are perfect. I'm going to be very gentle around there. Brilliant. Like before, I'm just going to take off these little nubs very gently. on the little bumps from the nut trap. Break those off. Now I'm going to leave that. Spin trap looks nice. Oh, there's something I forgot to do. I've got to put, I'll use this. I'm going to put a, Alright, so now there's a little hole up there. Being very gentle with these gates. Sprue. Sprue looks good. Alright, that's that half done. So I'll put this somewhere safe. I'm sorry this is taking so long. I'm just being, I don't know, I'm super nervous. I guess it's because I really want this pattern to work. And everything's new, the gate system, everything, the flask, and it's getting a bit late now as well. How do I think if I'm careful I can just pull that out. Yes. Nice. Now I need to take these out, and that's it. All right. Come on, nut covers. Do me proud. Let's do this one first. This is the one that came out anyway, isn't it? Yeah, this is the one that came out anyway. So I'm just going to undo 2. And I think I'll go with these outer ones on this. This is a much longer pattern. I don't even know if the aluminium is going to flow through these little gates. I probably shouldn't have tried this gate system on the first try of this new flask design, but hey, in for a penny. I hope it works, because then everything will be sort of fine. But if it doesn't work, I'll be like, oh, was it the gate system? Was that too flat? Was it the new flask? So let's just hope. Okay, I'm going to take this one out first so that this is still protected. Right. Remove any loose stuff. Then tap. Here goes. I did feel it move. All right. Well, it's out. It looks good. Now, this is my longest one yet. Right. Oh, yeah, it's fairly loose. Here goes. Nice one. And the pattern is still flat. Not that that means anything, but you know, at least I know the pattern was flat. I didn't check on the other one. Okay, let's hurry up. Let's be careful though. I need to clear away any loose. Oh yeah, let me just brush where those gates go in. I want that to be a definite gate. Don't want that to be restricted at all. I'm not going to do a test close. That is just going straight on the floor over there. Where the gates are, the sharp corner, I am just going to very gently, actually barely touching it. Might be better with just gentle air. Okay. goes over there. Capital letters, so I need it be, yes. Don't want to put it on the wrong way round. It's on and down. It's getting melting. And then I've got to make a shank. Oh, maybe I should do the shank first. Here's my old shank. What I might do is make it double-ended. So I want to do the same as that one, but for this big old beast. Let's get melting. Okay, here goes. Very full. Pour a few ingots. Get used to it. All right. Okay, here goes. The feeders are filling. The feeders are full. Oh, you little beauty. Ah. Woo. Oh, that was all a bit hectic because the carbon monoxide alarm went off just at the end. Oh wow! The feeders! Oh my god! Okay, I need to watch that carbon monoxide thing. Maybe put the flue in. The feeders are dropping a little, but they would on their own anyway. I'm not sure they're feeding, but we'll see. So they've dropped a little bit, not like feeders I've seen before, not like with bronze. I'm surprised there wasn't some aluminium come out of that. It was quite a small hole though. Oh god, I hope the parts filled. There was certainly like pressure. These were liquid at one point at full height. So, you know, there is that. How long before I can open it? I've always wanted to know. Perry said something to me the other day. He said, how can you wait? I just want to open it. And I'm like, well, I didn't know you could just open it. I thought you had to wait at least, you know, half an hour. Let me know. Oh, I need a cup of tea. I'm used to seeing bronze feeders, and this aluminium bronze shrinks more than that. So I don't think the feeders worked. The pour felt slow, but I think that actually was I'm just not used to that giant thing. It must be twice the volume of the crucibles I'm used to. So in my mind it took way too long to empty, but I think it should have done really. There didn't seem to be any glugging. Because of Perry's new gate system, it was very slow and controlled, and I think that was a good thing. Depending on if the gates, you know, the gates to the parts filled okay, and then it, you know, I don't know. I'll have to see. Because I can't see myself casting flask sides longer than that, so I thought, let's go for the longest. And then at least if there is any bending going on, it's kind of going to be exaggerated, if you know what I mean. So if it is straight, that's a brilliant result, but you know, I'll have to wait and see. It's another big flask. There's so much sand, it's just insane. I probably shouldn't have made it quite so wide. I was envisioning perhaps one day making 100mm wide flasks. I actually went as low. So these are roughly 3 inches. I can make flask sides of 4 inches and still have an inch all around. I thought that was probably plenty. Oh, super nervous. Let's do it. Okay, I just want to have 2 flask sides. I don't really care if they're bent now. I'm so tired, it's been such a long afternoon. Right, let's have a look. You're going to see it before I do. Oh, come on. They look pretty good. Oh. Oh, it looks like the gates and the runner, well, it looked like the runner and the gates worked. There is a tiny, so there is a bow. It's pretty small though. Oh, there's not a single bow on this one. So it's those two. Yeah. So I can see that it's bent there, and that's where those 2 columns are there. But it's dead straight there and there. Look at that! Wow. Very cool. The runner and gate system was just perfect. So over the course of 40 centimeters, it's bent, it's 1 millimeter in the middle, which is amazing. I would take that any day. But it's bent there and it's bent there. But this one, oh, and the feeders are all good. I used a hacksaw. Feeders look great. And this one, well, that one's about barely 1/2 millimeter, maybe 1/4 millimeter. God, they look lovely. They are, I don't know, they look super professional. They just look brilliant. I love the little bumps. They're like little industrial. The grooves are great. I would say that this thickness is perfect. I'd be interested to print a whole another set without the rib, like no rib. But then you wouldn't get that nice flattish surface, which is kind of nice. I think I'm just going to have to live with 1/2 millimeter or 1 millimeter on 40 centimeters. That is so cool. Oh, and look, you can see it's significantly smaller. The whole thing, it looks like it's shrunk, I mean, in length by a good 7 millimeters. Oh, that's interesting. But look at the difference. They probably weigh the same. This is lovely. Wow! Yeah, so it's not 90. That's a good 2 degrees off. That is so cool. Oh, that is so good. Oh, there's not much in it. So, in order to make it 90, and bear in mind, these are a bit bumpy still. Oh, so it's not even that, not even this. This is too thick. Yeah. Oh, it's pretty close. They look so good. I'll do some close-ups. Perry, this, genius. And maybe these did feed a little bit. Because there's no kind of shrinkage away from the edges of the mould like with the last ones. I mean, look at that. That shrinkage there. Nothing on that one. It's just perfect. Just look at these lovely things. So there's the feeder for that one. And there's no shrinkage at all, not that I can see. I love these little bumps. It's like a tank, like a Victorian pressure tank. Oh, it's lovely. There's the pattern. So the pattern held up really well. And as you can see, that is pretty damn straight. Now let's look at this one. Just look at it. It's amazing. There's the back. If this is the best I manage, I'm happy. Because this is literally 20 seconds with a sander, there and there, and then they're all good again, I think. I mean, I'm going to cast some more of these. But I'm happy, I'm kind of happy that I don't have to do a big one again, unless I fancy it. I felt that was the whole purpose of doing the big one, because that big flask is a real pain in the backside. Just fantastic. It's so cool. Right. Well, there's life in the old project yet. Modular Flasks is still going. And I love the fact that you can grab any old module and you've got a pattern. Well, you can like, oh no, I want to have a shorter one today, like this. Yeah, I'll do that one next. I just love it. So you got those two. And these two. I mean, if you didn't need this bit, I'm sure it'd be dead straight. Maybe I will cast one without it. Anyway, it's getting late. I was desperate to have a look. I couldn't be happier. Oh, finally, I feel like it's achievable. Oh my God, I'm going to sleep really well tonight. Good night, everybody. Well done, everybody. Thank you very much for your help. Oh my God, I'm delirious. Oh, that's the best result I could have hoped for. I mean, I guess I could have hoped for it to be not 1mm of bend, but I think that's probably asking a bit too much, especially considering I've got the fat extension piece in the middle. So really, I should be really pleased with that, and I am really pleased with that. Perry's idea with the slot, and then me changing it into the fingers. It's like it's all kind of, everything has been leading up to this point. And Paul's brilliant idea about the tapered dovetails, it's all interlinked. It's just all wrapped up into one lovely, helpful, community style progression. It's just been brilliant. And I'm going to keep going. I'll probably do a few other projects as well now. I don't want to bore everyone silly with it. I don't want to burn out with it either. It's been a proper, almost a full-time job this last week. I don't really want it to be a full-time job. It's meant to be fun. I tell you what's been fun, interacting with you lot. That's been brilliant. So I'm going to try and do a few more things with that interaction. Maybe ask you guys what I should be doing next, that kind of thing. Maybe I'll do a poll. I know YouTube has got a few mechanisms for asking people what they want to see. Right, that's my update. Bloomin' brilliant. So chuffed with that. I mean, it's just, I love the little, I love it. It's really pretty. I guess I should make a few more and try and make a flask. I'm slightly worried actually, because I've been so worried about getting the sides right. Honestly, I'm not a fabricator. I know nothing about making things out of metal. I mean, you saw me, I stick weld. I'm not too bad now, but I'm not great. So any advice on the rest of the process would be much appreciated. If I knew how to make the rest of the flask, like normal flask builders do, then brilliant, but I don't. I'll tell you what I'll try next. I might try that, the cutout that Wargrade suggested. And, oh, and another thing, John, bloomin' John, I can't believe it, the guy's a genius. Within 10 minutes of me putting up my last video, he said, because I've got the fingers now, fingers on one side and holes on the other, and he said, now what did he say? If you alternate the fingers and slots, you'll get rid of the chirality. And I read it, and I just thought, oh my God. Of course, he's right. Of course he's right. Brilliant. So that's another thing I could do. But yeah, bye. Modular Flasks, woo! Bye everyone. I mean, this piece really is very straight. I'm not sure if you need those feeders. Maybe you don't. Maybe I should try one without the feeders. So many options. Feeders, no feeders, ribs, no ribs. Oh, I'm just going to leave it for a day, I think, and enjoy the rare success. Right.